Kate, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you, David?
I'm outstanding. Can you explain your
I-
situation to our wonderful listening audience?
I certainly will. So I called you because I had gotten a flyer with my monthly mortgage statement that and I have two mortgages. I have the first and I have the second, which is a line of credit.
Yep.
And I called you to say, what do you think? Because the agent that got in touch with me from my new res lender, what he worked up involved a $21,000 closing cost. And that didn't seem right. I've been listening to you forever as you give advice to everybody else. And I thought I have to call David Hackberg and see what he says. And you walked me through everything. You even assisted with a call to the lender. And I just think everything you know about this, if anybody doesn't use you as they refi, they're crazy, because it was an education for me, and I think you've really helped set us on the right course. We're going after a HELOC, and this particular person didn't want to discuss a HELOC at all.
Right.
He said, "Oh no, we don't offer that. That's not doable."
Wow.
So I just want everybody that's listening to know that they need to call you before they proceed. And honestly, they get on the flyer that comes. It says you can access your equity in your home and not disturb your first loan or your first mortgage for costing you nothing.
Yeah,
Well,
which was a lie.
To me, yeah, $21,000 is a lot more than nothing.
So you called me, you sent me the documentation. I highlighted
Yes, I
everything that they were doing, right?
Yes, you did, and you educated me along the way. Like, this means this, and this is what this rate really is. Here's what's happening all along, the whole way through it.
He bought, and here's what he did. This loan officer at New Res, which is our current
Yes.
servicing company,
Yep.
wanted to refinance her into a lower rate loan and charge her, get her into the fives. Rates aren't in the fives right now. The only way to get to Steve, I could get her into the fives. It would cost $15,000 in discount points to get her into the
Right.
fives, which does not make any sense. She's got a 4%, 3% first loan right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she's
Correct.
got a 3 or 4% first loan right now. So I'm like, why are we going into the fives, and why are you paying all of this money, increasing your loan amount, when you could use that $20,000 to pay off your credit card debt, which is the purpose of the call? She's like,
Yes.
yeah, I never thought about that, right, Mary? Right. Mary.
Right.
Kate. So
Yes.
so I'm like, set up a call. So she tries to call the guy after 5 o'clock. I'm talking to her after 5 o'clock, 5, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night.
Oh, we were talking at 8 o'clock at night. Yes.
Can't get a hold of the rep at New Res. Okay.
For 2 days.
For 2 days.
For 2 days.
I'm talking to her, texting her every 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night. Right, Mary? Mary. Why do I keep
Yes.
calling me?
Yes.
Kate, right?
That's okay.
Okay.
Yes. Correct.
We're going back. Can't get a hold of the guy. Guy's in the witness protection program. So busy charging people $20,000 in closing costs that he can't call Kate. So we finally get him on the phone. And I was respectful, right?
Yes, you were you were very professional, very respectful.
And
Completely so.
I walked him through, why are you charging her this much? And he was spinning in circles. Okay.
Yes, he was.
Okay. So if he closes it was like a $350,000 refinance, he would have probably gotten paid a handsome commission on that, especially when they're charging taking her out of her 3% loan, putting her into a 5% loan, charging her $21,000 in closing. He didn't have an answer.
He had no answer. And then when David mentioned HELOC, he stopped dead in his tracks. And then I wrote down what he said. He said, "Oh, we are not offering that. No, that's not an option. We don't do that at New Res."
The best.
He almost seemed unfamiliar.
Well, he was unfamiliar because he didn't make money on that product. If you took out a HELOC,
correct.
he wouldn't have gotten the commission he would have gotten by refinancing you out of your perfectly good 3 or 4% mortgage. So you know what we're doing, Steve? Sent out an email this morning. Kate got it, introducing Kate to the team at Kane County Teachers Credit Union. I looked up her address in Zillow. I'm like, here's what Zillow says, 400 and whatever. She's got 266 on her first. We're not touching that. She owes 40 whatever on the second. And we want to take out an additional up to 80% to pay off debt. So if we did it their way, she'd only be able to pay off $18,000 worth of credit card debt because they would have sucked up over $21,000 in closing costs. Doing it our way, she keeps her first loan, and now she's able to pay off $38,000 worth of credit card debt, which is going to save her close to $3,000 a month, 3,000,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Kate,
Yes.
3,000,
Yes.
3,000, and it's going to cost her a couple $100 to KCTCU for all the whatever closing costs there are, a couple of $100. No yearly annual fee, and she's going to save 3 G's.
Wow, that's
I know.
huge.
It's huge. It's huge. It's such a shout out to you, David. I really think you're a gem, and people need to contact you before they make any moves. Because for me, it's a total education. I had no idea how it worked, even though I've listened to you talk about it to a number of people. I just never thought I needed to do a HELOC, but I find that that's the most sensible, logical thing after you've explained it to us on what to do. That's the way we're going.
Steve, $3,000 a month.
Hey, David, how much money did you make on that?
Thanks for asking, Steve.
Yeah.
0. And how many hours did I have on the phone with you, Kate? Probably
Probably over 5.
5 hours.
Over a number of days. Yep.
Emails.
I mean, you were there. You got back to me. When I would text you or email, you either called me or texted or got back to me. I mean, it wasn't like I was hanging for 2 days. Like, what's happening now?
0.
So, and it was so clear to me. This guy is a loan officer. He didn't seem to know Dick from squat. I don't know. He didn't.
Okay.
He didn't seem knowledgeable.
All right, that made it
At
through.
all.
Okay, Dick from Squat. Okay, I like that. That's right from Kate. But here, Kate, are you in the mortgage industry, Kate?
No, I am not. I'm in education, and I can do a lot with that, but I can't do anything with mortgages unless I talk to somebody like you that really knows the story.
Steve, your
what
mom's
we
in
should be doing.
Steve, your mom's in her 80s. What does she know about reverse mortgages other than what Jose and I taught her about reverse mortgages?
That's right.
Okay.
She learned a lot because, because when you go through the process, you learn.
Right.
You
Kate
do.
here.
You really do.
Kate here was about to get picked off for 21. They would rather, these servicing companies would rather sell you the sizzle, not the steak, right? They'd rather sell you the sexy rate and pay. I'd rather have Kate take the 21 grand that's got over 4 or 5 hours invested in Kate to make sure she didn't screw herself up, to take the 21 grand that would have gone to new res for a low rate, which she didn't need to have because she already has a low rate, to pay off $21,000 with credit card debt, which is going to save her $3,000 a month. And you know what's going to enable them to do? Kate and her husband? Take some of that money and pay it back down the HELOC to pay herself back. And then when that debt is gone in however many months, she'll pay it off fast, a couple, 2-3 years. She'll pick up $3,000 cash flow a month and still be left with her 30-year fixed loan in the 2s, 3s, and 4s, whatever it is.
It's a 3.
It's in the 3s. This guy at New Res, he was dead stop in his tracks, right?
Totally. He absolutely was speechless. In fact, he said, "Are you there, sir?"
Yeah, I asked. I thought we'd have to call the paramedics and get the paddles out, because I said I was Kate's financial advisor, and I said I said here's your options, Kate. You could refinance or you could do it this way, and it's up to you. And I said, young man at NewsRes, these are the options that Kate's going to make the decision, and she'll call you back. I was on my way to a golf lesson because I learned how to play golf. I still suck, but I was on the way to a golf lesson, and I just wanted. Kate said she'd call in when $21,000 of closing costs.
I know, and that's what they're doing out there. And so I think your audience needs to know that it's a shout out to you that they need to call you. Whatever they decide to do, they need to have input from you because you have it, and we don't. Right. And this is just so helpful to all of us. So I appreciate you, and I'm so grateful I made that call.
Well, we appreciate you sharing your story. And Steve, again, the total commission invested that I had in the 5 hours got nothing. But I guarantee you, when Kate has any friends, family, coworkers, and neighbors that need a loan, that's where we make up the money.
Exactly.
Okay.
And also, I've already told people I know they need to call you.
Well,
I have a lot of young folks that are trying to buy properties that I work with, and I say, this is the person you have to call. So
that's a trade-off,
I hope they
Steve.
take me up on it.
Well, me too. So I appreciate you giving us the opportunity. I'm glad we saved a WGN listener from getting picked off for 21 grand from New Res, which New Res, I'm looking in the camera, disgusting for what you're doing to your clients. And here, New Res as well. Why don't you figure out how to get payoffs to your clients within 15 minutes instead of like a week? We're waiting a week for payoffs from new res, so they could call up the clients, so they could try to save their clients from being refinanced. That's the game. All right, Kate, I got to hit a break here. Thanks for sharing your story.
Thank you so much.
Hang on for your
Appreciate
Mr.
it.
Floor cleaning product of your choice.
Thank you.
My
Okay.
pleasure.